This weekend was an amazing weekend, an amazing effort put in by so many different people, starting with the athletic department, the university, Coach Babineau, the marketing department, everybody that had a hand, Dr. Maggard, his staff, Dr. Savoie, everybody that had a hand in pulling everybody together to bring a community together to honor Coach Robe. It was really a sight to see. And for Cajun Nation that came out the way that they came out, it was an unbelievable atmosphere starting Friday night. And to be able to retire a coach's number and then see the flag hoisted up, to be able to do those things and do so in front of 5,000–6,000 people, to have his family on the field with us. I know, because we're very close to the family, I know how much that meant to them. And it meant a lot to a lot of different people that we don't even know. And, you know, Coach may have known him or not. He meant something to them. And so it was a beautiful weekend from that standpoint. And then what Phil Devey did, and the former players and some former coaches, and then ultimately a lot of Cajun fans and donors and alumni to come together and build a monument such as that. That guy's just no ordinary sculptor. The guy's famous. To get that done in the amount of time, it would be like building a house in 5 months. That's hard to do. And what Phil Devey did there is nothing short of amazing. Very well deserved, getting the key to the city from the mayor the following day. The ceremony that morning, that Saturday morning, was incredibly touching. And then to be able to present Colleen and family with what was left. Okay, so they reached their goal to build the statue, and then they didn't stop there. Those former players, they kept going to make sure that Colleen and family were taken care of monetarily. And it was nothing short of amazing. Only in Acadiana, only at UL, only in Cajun Nation will you see anything close to that. I've never seen anything like that in my life. From that standpoint, the weekend was a smashing success. On our end, I can't tell you how bad our guys wanted to win. And it's mostly all the time, when you want something so bad. It's not football where you're bigger and stronger and faster and more physical and you really want to play for something. You'll go run over some people. Baseball's a different sport. It's a lot like golf. There's so much timing involved and so many different skills involved. And if you can want something so bad that you actually don't play very well, and that's what you saw. I think you saw us come out really fast, a little bit out of control. And over time, when the results started to mount up, then a little bit of being paralyzed set in, and a little bit of disbelief. And when that happens, it's a real thing, okay? And you know, I think that's a lot of what you saw. Now, we pitched it extremely well. We defended well for almost 3 games. And, you know, we did not get it done offensively. Now, I will tell you this, anytime, this is who I am, anytime my name is on something, all right, it falls right here. And the fact that we did not get it done on the field is a direct reflection upon me, and I own that. And I got to do a better job of making sure that we can play at our optimal level underneath those circumstances. And obviously, I didn't get that done, okay? We will get better moving forward. That's a fact. I like this team. I love this team, okay? It's not a talent issue. It's not any one thing that you can pinpoint. It's a unique deal that there's just not a roadmap for. I'm the last guy in the world that'll ever make excuses, and so bottom line is, starting with myself, we didn't get it done. You can say this, you can say that, you can say conditions, whatever it might be. On the field, we didn't get it done. I think we hit a home run in honoring Coach Robe and his family. The good news is we play 56 of these. That's just 3 of them, okay? Those are in the rearview mirror as far as we're concerned. I think what you saw is almost virtually impossible to do. You know, to get one hit shutout is super hard. I was just telling Jay, you know, I would be a little more concerned if it was 5 hits and 2 runs, 5 hits and 2 runs, 5 hits and 2 runs. I've seen us hit. That's the first time I've seen that type of volatility. And so if you can fall that far back, guess what else you can do? You can go that far forward. And what you hope to do is just keep working, keep your head down, be the same dudes every single day, and settle somewhere in the middle. Water always finds its level. I think everybody saw this pitching staff, and we will get to the point where we throw up 4, 5, 6 runs a game. And when you can do that with this staff, it's going to suffocate some people.
You ran 3 guys out there, starting pitchers that never thrown here, never probably been in an atmosphere like this. What were your, after going back and look at it, what were your sort of observations on those guys?
I'll start backwards, Dan, and work. I thought Carter Robinson just gave me goosebumps watching him pitch. That's how you manage a game. That's how you manage a lineup. That was an incredible start with our back against the wall. He was feeling under the weather. Did not have anywhere close to his best stuff, and you saw a kid just grind, make their hitters super uncomfortable. He owned every inch of that dish, and saw him work out of big jams, and he controlled the running game. We played good defense behind him, and he gave us a chance to win that ball game. Will Moriarty, another rock solid outing. He has a really good changeup and was having trouble finding it early, and he pitched with guts and was able to pitch off his fastball until he could find that changeup. Gave us a chance to win. And then you look at Connor Angel, super proud. That game could have spun like we would have been down 5-0 real quick. Bases loaded, no outs. Kid's never, you know, he's from Montreal. He's not been in this, and much less with the stakes that were there. And to see him take a deep breath, kind of raise his eyesight up, that sinker's going like this, and you saw he's got a fastball that's an out pitch. He exclusively threw nothing but sinkers, and dang near got into the 6th. We may win that game if I stick with him one more hitter. I don't know. One thing about all 3 starters, you know, pitch count is relative to the fact of how taxing was each pitch. And I think all 3 starters had some stress and some taxable pitches to where I felt like best if we want to continue to get better down the road to get them out of there in that 70, 80, 90 pitch range.
I know you're always going to have high expectations, but do you worry at all that maybe psychologically a lot of the 2014 talk and the Omaha talk from the get-go might have been too much for them to handle?
You know, Tim, that's a good question. And look, I'm a big believer in verbalizing and seeing. Okay, if you're going to do something that hasn't been done, you've got to be able to do stuff that's never been done and talk about stuff that hasn't been talked about. And you've got to be able to bring it to life and then go out and execute it. Okay, I get that point. But 3 games does not a season make. And everything that we want to do is in front of us. Does it look like a long shot right now? To the layman's eye, most certainly. But it's not a talent thing, okay? It's take a deep breath, relax. And, you know, I look at the movie Top Gun. What happened in Top Gun? You got a world-class pilot, right? He's in Top Gun school. Best friend goes. He loses him. What happens to Maverick? See, movies mimic real life, correct? The guy goes through a period where he's out of control and he's so paralyzed he can't even land a plane. Okay, it's not until he let goes, okay, and finally gets back to who he is, do you see his true abilities come out. And I think, you know, this weekend was a great bridge for all of us to cross, and the fact of we gave everything we had to honor Coach, and we still do on and off the field. But now it's time to get down to the business of let's play baseball and let's play good Cajun baseball and just take a deep breath and relax a little bit. Valid point.
Are you worried about, I mean, what did you see in their eyes after yesterday's game? I mean, are you worried about the confidence of the hitters? Or
well,
that's something we'll take?
Confidence, there's only one way to solve that, Kevin, and that's through hard work, right? And then you must be able to experience a little bit of success, correct? Confidence is so funny in baseball. Baseball can be such a mind screw in the fact of going good, go bad, and it's like, oh my gosh, what happened? And you start searching. And really and truly, the only way to come out of that is to be the same dude every single day. Work, trust your approach, okay? And build off of little things. How'd I get down the line? How was my bat speed? So confidence, most certainly, the most successful people in the world when hit, are going to lack some confidence. You got to go back and you've got to work to get that confidence back. And like I said in the opening, for as far south as that was, with confidence, you can go further north.
Do you think in a way, going on the road tomorrow may be good for the team, just to have that time to bond and get away from it and maybe just be able to relax and galvanize together?
I hope not, because I want to be really, really good at home and I want to be really, really good on the road. I think more than anything, being able to play tomorrow is good for the team. We could go out here in the parking lot and get a game going. We need to play. And to Kevin's point, you get that confidence by piecing stuff together. And next thing you know, you get one to fall in. Let's look in the first inning yesterday. Hayden Cantrell leads off the game first pitch, finds a barrel, hits it on the screws right at somebody. Next batter, what happens? It's Fitzgerald. The guy's scuffling. And by the way, you've got to be really good to punch out 4 times in a game. You just do. For a coach to stick with you to watch that, he's got to know that you're good. Hits a jack out of the ballpark foul. Push bunt, next pitch. Kid almost picks it up, okay? And so, there's a lot of little things. We got in a run and hit situation yesterday with Hagedorn at first base, 3-1 count, tally at the dish. Hooks a double down the line, we're going to score first. Goes that far foul. Frank has a chance to win the game on Saturday. Hooks a double with 2 strikes, goes that far foul. Had a couple other home runs, just miss going out of the ballpark. Tremaine Spears had one, Oppo yesterday, just goes foul. So a lot of it is breaks and timing. Okay, and in this game, what goes around comes around. You just have to make sure you're ready when it comes back around.
The switch, is that something that you are maybe more inclined to do when you got one glove that's clearly better than the other one, and less inclined when maybe, like, for instance, you got Dupuis, who's more defensive minded and also
it's been doing it for years. Call it the hot shot position, because the kid that I started doing it with originally, that was kind of his nickname, hot shot. And it's just a way to cover up a lesser infielder and to get the ball in the hands of a better infielder. We can do it in the outfield as well. We've done that.
Is it all just analytics, or is there some depth?
You just go same side hitter. So at this level, when you're looking at amateur hitters, most of the time ground balls are going pull side up, and then fly balls are going to go back to the off field. So in the outfield, it'd work in reverse. On the infield, it's always same side.
Do you know who your starting pitchers are Tuesday, Wednesday?
We're going to go B.Y. Brandon Young tomorrow. And then it's going to be a TBA, whoever's left on Wednesday, and you could see us use that as a work type day. Maybe throw a bunch of different guys an inning.
I know with all the RPI stuff that you've talked about, the midweek games take on way more importance, but sometimes you have to do bullpen. Yeah,
I think Tim, right now you need to pump the brakes a little bit. We're going to have to a little bit, and let's like you touched on, Kev. I think first and foremost, let's get our footing, and let's work on getting some confidence and trying to mesh all 3 components of the game, because I think when you see this pitching staff, and you saw, because Louisiana Tech is a really good lineup, they're super balanced. That's going to be a good ball club, and Sela's going to scrap you. All right, but when you look at our ball club, and what we can run out of the bullpen and then start on the mound. If you say, look, when they get rolling, they score 4 to 5 runs a game, well, just imagine where that's going to get us. We're going to be in tall cotton.
Still hoping for like 2 or 3 weeks out on Austin and Bird.
Exciting. They're going to throw live here in a minute, and I think we're close on that. So that's some positive news.
About Duke, will you see? I mean, did he have some kind of minor hurt or?
Duke? No, he's fine. He's fine. You may see him in the lineup tomorrow night. I may have to go back to playing defense, right? For years, you know, I've been a guy that'll sacrifice some defense to try to get some offense, but I think right now, you saw in the 7th inning how magnified defense can become. You know, Brennan, I've seen him make that play in BP 100 times. It's going to be a highlight reel play. He's leaving his feet, and then, you know, Cantrell makes that play 99 out of 100 times, and then Talley, we just, you know, we forget where we're at for a second. All he's got to do is flip that ball to Schultze. We've got Hagedorn, who's got a chance to draw interference on the batter on a run and hit, where the batter falls across the plate, and we just don't make contact. That's how magnified defense can become when you're not hitting. And, you know, have we just make a couple of those plays, we might still be playing. So, in my mind, the positives are this. As much as I want to hit, and that's what we've done, pretty much everywhere, all right? Not working out right now. Trust me, I've been in low spots before. We were still in a position to win all 3 games, and like super winnable games, and so that's positive. And I think during these times you got to consider it pure joy. When you get tested a little bit, we're getting to take the test. I told the team, you know, usually the professor hands the test out at the end of the semester. Well, this time they handed it out, and there was no syllabus or nothing. It's here, take the test, and it's a doozy, but we will pass it. I promise you that. And you know, the Cajun Nation, the Cajun fans are the best. Appreciate so much the way that they came out in full force. And I promise you this team will get better, and they're going to be fun to watch.
Are you, maybe more curiosity than anything else, are you allowed to go to replay when it's like one of the streaming games as opposed to one of the television games?
I wish, you know. That's, as far as equity goes, you know, it's a big preach with the NCAA is equity. And we're in a situation where we don't have replay, okay? Every Power 5 school, guess what they have? Replay. Seasons can turn on an instant replay. And I understand the kid's out, you know, on Talley's play. I get that. But that guy's in a pretty good position. He's going to make the call that he sees, and there's not going to be any change in that unless there's replay. And, you know, from a coach's perspective, okay, he's out. They saved him. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do about that except coach it better, and the fact of, hey, Talley, slow down a little bit and flip it to Schultz. We got it for sure out right there.